Hello, kids. How are you today? I hope you enjoy the Sunday morning service, and I hope you are looking forward to your children's church service later this evening at 6:30 p.m. It's Pastor Emmy at Kingswood, London, and today I've decided to do the video recording of our Bible story reading from Jedediah and Josie's room. It's raining hailstones outside. I hope you're getting to see hailstones where you are. So again, we're reading from the Bible story book, God's Love for You, and this is day 3 of our reading. And I'm going to be reading about the beginning of sin, okay? The beginning of sin. And this is based on Genesis chapter 3. Eve lived with Adam in the Garden of Eden. It was so beautiful. Perfect even. And it had everything they needed to live. They only had one rule from God. You can eat from any tree in the garden except one. Do not eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. But as it turned out, even that one rule was too much for Adam and Eve to obey. One day, a serpent asked Eve, "Did God say that you can't eat fruit from any of the trees in the garden?" "Of course we can eat fruit," Eve answered. "We can eat all the fruit we want, except from that tree in the middle of the garden. God said not to eat its fruit. In fact, we can't even touch it or we will die." "You won't die. God wasn't serious about that," the serpent said. "God knows that if you eat that fruit, you will learn about good and evil. You will be wise like he is." Eve thought. That fruit does look yummy. She grabbed a piece and took a big, juicy bite. "Adam, try this. It's so good," she cried out. Adam took a bite too. Right away, they both knew they had broken God's one rule, and they were ashamed. Later, as he was walking through the garden, God called out to Adam, "Where are you?" But Adam and Eve were hiding. God already knew they had disobeyed him. They had sinned. God told Adam and Eve they would have to leave the perfect Garden of Eden. God was very sad that sin and death had entered the world he had created. But he had a plan that would show people, his most special creation, how much he loved them. In summary, sin is why bad things like war, hunger, poverty, and disease exist in this world. Every one of us was born into sin, but God has made a plan to save us from our sin. I'm sure you can hear Jed and Josie making some noise in the background. Maybe one of these days I'll put them up on the recording. Yesterday we learned something from the country Albania. Today I'm going to do a trivia about El Salvador. So, did you know in 1969 El Salvador went to war with neighboring Honduras over the outcome of a soccer game? The war lasted 100 hours. Now, all the football fans out there, what is that about? El Salvador has 22 volcanoes. Many of them are still active. The country is known as the land of volcanoes. All right, so that's a little something about the country El Salvador. I hope you've enjoyed watching the Bible story reading with Pastor Emmy today. If you have any questions, tell Mom and Dad to ask Pastor Emmy. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye now. Bye, bye, bye.